Can freezing to death save your life? In 1999, Anna Bågenholm, a 29-year-old radiologist from Narvik, Norway, went skiing with friends near the city of Narvik. What began as a routine day in the snow turned into one of the most astonishing cases of accidental hypothermia ever recorded. While skiing off-piste, she fell headfirst into a frozen stream and became trapped under an 8-inch thick layer of ice. For 80 minutes, her body was submerged in water that hovered just below 0 degrees Celsius. She was clinically dead. No heartbeat, no respiration, no brain activity, and yet she survived. When rescue teams pulled her from the ice, her core body temperature had dropped to just 13.7 degrees Celsius, or 56.7 degrees Fahrenheit, the lowest temperature ever recorded in a human who survived. For reference, normal human body temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius. Below 28 degrees Celsius, the heart is prone to ventricular fibrillation, an erratic, fatal rhythm. Below 20 degrees Celsius, cardiac arrest is virtually certain. But paradoxically, extreme cold can protect the brain. Hypothermia slows cellular metabolism dramatically. Neurons need less oxygen, less energy, less blood flow. This protective effect is called cold-induced metabolic suppression, and in rare cases, it can halt the damage usually caused by oxygen deprivation. Anna's rescue and recovery were a race against time and biology. After her extraction, she was flown to the University Hospital of North Norway in Tromsø. There, a team led by Dr. Mads Gilbert and Dr. Eivind Thomassen began resuscitation. They used cardiopulmonary bypass, CPB, a machine that takes over heart and lung function, to warm her blood externally, circulating it back into her body. It took over 9 hours to bring her back to normal body temperature. Remarkably, her heart began beating again during the rewarming process. Even more remarkably, she suffered no permanent brain damage. Why did she survive when almost all others wouldn't? Timing. Her head and upper body were in icy water, but a small air pocket allowed her to breathe during the early minutes of submersion. Rapid cooling before oxygen ran out protected her brain. The cold put her into a state of suspended animation, a concept more often found in science fiction than reality. Her case reshaped emergency medicine. Before 1999, most patients with core temperatures below 20 Celsius were considered unsalvageable. After Anna, protocols changed. Doctors began following the principle, no one is dead until warm and dead. And her story isn't entirely unique. In 2006, a Japanese man survived after being buried under snow for 24 days, in a kind of hibernation-like state. In 2011, a toddler in Canada recovered fully after her body temperature dropped to 16 degrees Celsius. These cases fuel new interest in therapeutic hypothermia, where doctors deliberately lower a patient's body temperature to limit damage after cardiac arrest or traumatic brain injury. Researchers are even studying ways to induce hypothermic stasis in trauma patients, slowing their metabolism long enough for surgeons to intervene. The goal? Buy time when death is seconds away. Anna Bågenholm's survival was not just a miracle, it was a turning point. It revealed how fragile and how resilient the human body can be. It showed us that death, in some cases, might not be as final as it seems. So what happens if we learn to control this process? Could the cold become a tool for saving lives?